Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at solving more equations, still with one variable, but that are going to contain more than one operation, really stepping up into the multi-step equations. So let's just look at a quick review of some two-step equations that are involving fractions. So here we have 3/4 times n. Okay, so first thing, there's a couple ways we can do it. Remember, we can multiply everything to get a common denominator. Or also to eliminate the denominator. So here, the common denominator is 32. But actually, if you notice, 20 over 32 could be reduced right away because they're both divisible by 4. So I divide this by 4, I'm going to get 5, and this by 4 is going to give me 8. So 20 over 32 is also equal to 5/8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply everything by 8 because that would be our least common denominator. So 8 times 3 is going to be 24 over 4 minus, well here the 8s would cancel out, but you would have, if you wanted to think about it, 56 over 8, and then you'd also have 40 over 8, and we have the n here. Now by doing this, 24 divided by 4 is going to give me 6n. 56 divided by 8 is going to give me 7. 40 divided by 8 is going to give me 5. And by doing that, now I can solve my equation by adding 7 to both sides. And I have 6n equals 12. Because it's 6 times n, I'm going to divide by 6. And n is equal to 2. Now that's the way to do it with eliminating the denominator. So it's an easier way to do it. Why don't you go ahead and pause the video and try the next one. You can either eliminate the denominator or you can go ahead and work with fractionals. Now I'm going to choose to eliminate the denominators again. So between 5, 2, and 4, your least common denominator is going to be 20. So I'm going to multiply everything by 20. So this becomes 20 over 5r plus 20 over 2 equals 100 over 4. Now by doing that, 20 divided by 5 is 4, so I have 4r, plus 20 divided by 2 is 10, 100 divided by 4 is 25. I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides, so now I have 4r is equal to 15. Divide both sides by 4, and r equals, 4 goes into 15 3 times with 3 left over, so 3 3/4. Now those might have seemed a little complicated because they had fractions in them, but equations can actually get even more complicated than that. And sometimes we have to simplify them before you can actually solve them. We may have to use things like the distributive property or combining like terms before you can begin using inverse operations. Let's look at our first example. We have 8x minus 21 minus 5x equals negative 15. So if we draw that line down the middle, or if I take my equation and write it, 8x minus 21 minus 5x equals 15. Okay, so we're going to look only at the left side of the equation, and I notice I have an x here, and I have x's here. Those are like terms, so I can combine them. So if I have 8x's and a negative 5x or minus 5x, that's going to leave me 3x. I'm going to bring down that minus 21, and then equals 15. Now that my like terms are combined, I can go ahead and solve this like normal. So I'm going to add 21 to both sides, the opposite of subtraction. So I have 3x equals 36. Since it's 3 times x, I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and x is going to equal 12. Now let's look at another example. Here we have 20y minus the quantity of 4y plus 8 equals negative 20. Now one thing I like to do is whenever you see a negative sign out in front of a parentheses like this is actually going to be like a negative 1 out front, because that negative 1 is going to get distributed. So this is going to be 10y, negative 1 times 4y is going to be minus 4y, And then negative 1 times positive 8 is going to be negative 8 or minus 8. So it's really important that you're watching that negative sign because that's going to be distributed. 10y minus 4y is going to give us 6y. And then we have minus 8 equals negative 20. Since it's minus 8, I'm going to add 8, inverse operation. 6y equals, now here I have to be careful, so if you owe me $20 and if I owe you $20 and I give you back 8, I now owe you 12. I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite of multiplication, which is divide. And now y is going to equal negative 2. Now let's look at a real-life application. Sarah paid $15.95 to become a member at a gym. She then paid a monthly fee, and her total cost for 12 months was $735.95. We want to know how much was the monthly fee. So when you go ahead and pause the video, see if you can figure this one out on your own, and then check your work. So here we know our total was $735.95. We got to that by paying the membership fee, which is a one-time cost or a constant, at $15.95, and then an additional monthly fee, which we don't know. It was 12 months, so it's going to be 12 times our monthly fee. Now we're just going to go ahead and solve. So I'm going to subtract $15.95 from both sides. Which gives me $720. Now I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 12. 720 divided by 12 is going to give me $60. And that's going to be my monthly fee.